my brother and I, we used to come from school. So the first thing that we were taught when we came from school, the first thing we had to do is make cigars. We had to make 50 cigars each, and then we can go out and do the homework or go out and play whatever we wanted. So it wasn't easy, it was pretty tough, but I used to enjoy it because I liked the business. My brother didn't enjoy it too much, so my brother used to tell me, let's work together so we can make it faster. So we were always arguing back and forth because I didn't want to make it faster, he wanted to make it faster. So we struggled, and it was just the whole family really making cigars there. It was my mother, when they came off from work, they used to work for a full day first, and then they used to come, and then at night they would start making cigars there. Then I had my sister coming over, she made cigars, my uncles, the friends, the neighbors. I mean, it was just a picnic. My mother would be cooking in the kitchen for the whole family. I mean, and they would go on to 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12, 1 o'clock at night. Everybody was just nothing but partying. I'll never forget the day that my son came to me, and first he called me up and said, Dad, I got to talk to you. So then he told me that he wanted to grow a wrapper in this country. So my first reaction was, are you crazy? I told him, well, if you want to grow a wrapper in this country, you know, everybody say it cannot be done. And I don't see why it can't be done. And you know how I feel about can't. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing you can't do if you really put your mind to it.
My father's an amazing man. And he's a great part of the Fuente Pasex. The Fuente Pasex represent just that. The love, the bond of a father and son. Fuente, Carlos Fuente, father and son.
He did the blend, he worked that out. I'm very proud the way he did it. And it wasn't easy because I know that you got so much to work with. But I know that he's become a master blender, and such that nowadays he's the one that blends everything. When anything comes out, and I was very proud he did it.
It was early 1978. Political turmoil was building in Nicaragua. Sandinista guerrillas were months away from seizing the national palace in the capital city of Managua. Nicaragua was in a state of social and political upheaval. Carlos Fuente was there as the situation grew more and more dangerous.
When I got to the airport, it was a total mess. I told myself, what the hell I'm doing here? I don't know where I was going. I didn't have no tickets. I went over there and said, I want to buy a ticket to Miami. It's no, everything is booked. We don't know what time it's going to leave. Anyway, make a long story short, well, I had to give some money. I came home. And the next day at midnight, they called me. Everything is lost. We got burned out, everything is lost. I never went back.
My father, all alone, came to the Dominican Republic without knowing anyone and started searching, researching where he was going to build a factory.
And first I lived in a hotel. Then I couldn't afford the hotel anymore. So I moved to a boarding house, one room. I had one room. The bathroom was about half a mile long. I had to walk all the way out there to go to the bathroom. And it was a one-room apartment.
In 1998, nature dealt them another blow. Its name was Hurricane George. It was a Category 3 hurricane, and it hit the Dominican Republic with winds of up to 130 miles an hour. The damage to Chateau de la Fuente was devastating.
I remember the day that the storm, we couldn't get in touch here, the phones or nothing. So my son and I came down at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we had to abandon the car in the highway because we couldn't cross to the farm. So we walked down, all the trees were down, everything down. And when I first came into this farm and I saw oil barns, I think we had about 19 barns, tobacco barns, and there was 17 down on the floor, if I recall. So I remember I told my son, I guess this is a word from God. This is it. I mean, we've gone through so much already. And I told my son that, and my son looked at me and said, "Dad, what you gone through, you mean to tell me you were ready to quit now? You must be getting old." I said, "Carlito, what do you think?" He said, "We'll make it better." So I said, "Okay, we'll make it better." It was tough. I think for the first time in my life that after everything that I've gone, I thought this was just a message. This is it. But I guess my son being with me so long that he figured that with everything that I've gone through in the past, that this will not stop him, and it didn't.
We lost everything after the embargo. We lost everything to fires. We lost things in revolution, and we lost it everything. But you know what? We haven't lost our integrity. When we were challenged, we felt our principles and our integrities were challenged. It didn't matter whether we won or lost. What really mattered is that how we walked out of it with our heads up.
I couldn't accept it. There's no way I would accept it. And I told my son, even though if we lose everything, it's whatever it takes. I mean, I remember I was born without nothing. I start again without nothing. And I never got scared about that. It was just our honor that was being defended, touched, and we had to go with it. And that's what we did. And we proved that we were right. I think more that it was determination. We slept, ate, dreamed, played, worked, nothing but tobacco. And I mean, we had a lot of bad times, and but we just overcome it. We overcome it. We just look further out, and keep on trying. There's no words really to express it. I mean, it's something that I dream of. I always prayed that someday that I would have in my own family the same thing that I had in my parents' family when we were growing up, and I think that it was accomplished, if not beyond. I see myself in my son. When I was a lot younger, I used to be a lot like him. I'm not as smart as he is, as far as developing new ideas like packaging and things like that. But his determination to do new things and the drive, I used to be the same all my life. So I see myself a lot in him, and I can't stop him because I know that as long as he keeps on going, I don't know how far he's going to push the cigar business. I don't know. He has, to me, he has changed it in many ways.
A veces no veo igual que él, trabajo una cosa en la cabeza. Ve con el puñero de tequila, fulano, no sé qué, y dice, hay que ver los empuños.
Yes, it was mine.